The EP Podcast. Heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at theeppodcast.com.
The EP Podcast out at the Evergreen Park Farmers Market, which happens each and every Thursday, all summer long, through the fall. Things change constantly out here. It's flowers more than produce, but an awful lot of really awesome places you can stop by. This is a new one. I've not seen you here before. This is Ray, correct?
Yes, Ray. First year being here this year with it. I have a couple friend vendors that told me I needed to get into this market.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Beth and asked her if I could join.
It's a growing one. This is Bosco's All Natural.
Yes.
So I've never seen something like this out here.
No, so we have natural products. We use 5 ingredients or less. We also work with local farmers throughout the states that give us product that is not being used for certain restaurants, and we get the leftover parts. So nothing is being wasted in that sense. So like we carry rabbit ears, which is a great natural dewormer for the dogs. And the farmers that work with, they are for restaurants. And if I say this wrong, I apologize. For Heffensteffens rabbit stew.
Listen,
in German.
If you said it wrong, it was still awesome.
Yeah,
so you're good.
So we work with them, like I said, so that we can have the products and that would either get tossed away or just destroyed.
So what you're doing, you're using the leftover products that a restaurant's using. That way you're getting all natural things for the dogs.
Correct.
All right. So
bringing it back to nature.
I need you to convince me of why I would do this, because I'm one of those people that, like, I give my kids a hard time. I'm like, this is not a Cadillac dog.
Right.
This is a Honda.
No.
So I don't know if we're gonna buy these fancy things.
Right.
But my daughter was up here looking, and I could tell she was picking out 3-4 things. Why is she going to be able to convince me?
So
to do
a lot of the products have natural benefits in with it. Like we have green lip mussels that are here that we sell, and it helps with inflammation on the joints on the dogs.
Mussels for the dogs?
Yes.
Okay.
And we freeze dry them.
Okay.
So it's safe for them. They're not in the shells, so they can eat the whole thing and give it to them as a treat, or you can add it to their meals, and we'll help let you know with like how many per pound.
Okay.
On it with it. Then we have like the duck, which is natural too. The duck jerky. For them, those are a lot for sensitivities for dogs.
I want to try some duck jerky.
You can actually eat everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did have a gentleman. It's on our TikTok. He did eat some of our treats with it. We have other treats too that just like focuses on it. Like a duck heart will help with the heart.
Yeah.
On it with it. Salmon, great for omega-3s, so it helps prevent with their skin irritation. If they're like shedding, will help with de-shedding.
What I love about this is you're naming all the animals that my dog chases.
Yes.
And so, like, in the end, my dog wants to eat these animals, but he's too slow to get to them.
Yes.
Okay. So now we can get these animals in tiny little packages.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is nice.
And are you here
We are here every week unless there's something that has occurred. Family comes first in our hearts. So if something happens with the family, then we're not here.
Okay.
But normally we are here.
And if I'm a dog lover and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I should try this out, get out here. If I sit there and said, hey, dog's having a problem with the coat, dog's having the problem with something else, like, you would be like, this is going to help.
Yes, we can help you. We can sit down and do a one-on-one. We have a certified nutritionist that can help with it. We've done it with multiple clients. You have the best fed dog around, because he sees you doing an interview and he's sitting on the table barking so you can feed him all of the stuff. Yeah, he's getting some steak jerky right now. But no, like even with natural like allergies release, we've helped a lot of dogs where they're not doing the medication through their veterinarians with it. I am not a vet, but I believe in the natural alternative methods to help support your animal as well as yourself with it. And we got them onto some like bee pollen and another, we call it bye-bye allergies. And it's a natural thing that doesn't affect them. It doesn't harm their livers or their sugar intakes with it.
This is cool. I'm learning something at the farmer's market. Ray, thanks so much.
You're
Again,
welcome.
it's Bosco's All Natural dog and cat. See, I ignored the cats because I'm not a cat person. Dog and cat food that's sitting out
and we
here.
do have a couple of reptiles too that buy from me.
Is that right?
Yeah, with turtles and a few other. Because we also carry freeze-dry mice. So some of the snake lovers, like the mice, for the families, can feed them without dealing with the live mouse.
You see, you mentioned turtles, and I'm sitting there saying, why am I feeding the turtles?
Yeah.
Lanuti's restaurant used to serve more turtle than any other restaurant in the state. We did it a little differently than what you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ray.
You're welcome. Thank you.
The EP Podcast brought to you proudly by the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. You can get total access checking, free ATMs nationwide, a $300 bonus when you open up the account with qualifying activities, no overdraft charges, and the greatest mobile banking tools around, all from the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. I was just away for the weekend. I went to some famous spot in Minneapolis where you're supposed to get these burgers that they put the cheese inside the meat, and it's called a Juicy Lucy. There was a line around the corner. I get in there, I sit down, it's only cash. I normally carry cash. I forgot. They have one of those ATMs there with like a big extra fee on the ATM to use it. I have to pay for all the food. No problem. First National Bank of Evergreen Park puts the money back in that place charged me, so the ATM was free to me. Get over there now to that iconic building at 95th and Pulaski and see them at the First National Bank of Evergreen Park, member FDIC. This episode, we're going to check in at the Evergreen Park Farmers Market, which happens each and every Thursday, 8 a.m. until 1 in the afternoon. We also have your summer preview here in Evergreen Park, everything from the parade to the concert series and so much more with Kelly from the rec department. She's coming up shortly. First, let's go to a farm, a real farm, not that far away, that brings what they have fresh each and every week to Evergreen Park. The EP Podcast with one of my favorite places to stop by, and it's Dotson's Farm, and Isabella's with me. How are you?
Yes, I am. I'm good.
Yeah, so you saw the camera, and you were like, I'll do this.
Yes, I did. I know,
awesome.
like, they're not interested in it, but put me on. I'm here.
All right, so you guys are here throughout the entire farmers market each and every Thursday.
We are. Rain or shine, we're here.
And you're a local farm.
Yes, Beecher, Illinois.
Beecher, Illinois.
Yep.
But because you're local and all the stuff comes from the farm, it changes what you bring. Like right now we're in flower season. We can see it. I mean, you have some beautiful flowers. Some of them are potted. I mean, there's such a different selection if you're putting things in front of the house, or like I have one of those planters on my porch. Like if you're going to do that, this is a great place to go and get fresh things off the farm. So is there a section of the farm that's nothing but flowers? Yeah,
so in the spring we start planting all of our flowers around March.
Okay.
And then that runs all the way through, I'd say, late June. And then we pretty much start into like full produce mode.
And they grow that quick, the flowers.
Yes, the flowers do. They do very well. So we get those in the beginning through May, June. We picked our first bunch of radishes recently. So all of that like spring stuff is starting to come out. But it won't be a while until we get all of our good like melons, corn, all of that good
That's
produce.
The thing that everybody says. Like I heard that today when I showed up. Well, they don't have the produce yet.
I know.
I have, like, look.
I'm sad about it too.
I once took a farming class at the University of Illinois because there was a girl that was taking it who was cute. And I had no interest in farming, but I was like, I'll take that class with her. So I learned a little bit about farming.
Okay.
And what I learned is, one, you rotate the crops. That's how you keep things going. Two, you can't pick pumpkins in May because you haven't even gotten to the point.
Yeah,
they're not ready.
We don't have them. Nope.
So, like, you don't have the produce yet because we're in Illinois and this is a local farm.
Yes.
And the benefit, though, is later on when you get it from Dotson's.
It's good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I can promise you.
Yeah.
Best tomatoes you're going to find. I don't eat them unless it's tomato season.
Yeah.
And they're from our farm.
That's the whole thing.
Yep.
It always tastes better when you get it and it's fresh and it's in season and it makes sense. So that is coming eventually.
It will be. We're starting to pick just a few things now, not a ton. So like soon we'll be getting lettuce, radishes, some of the more spring items. But yeah, if you're looking for tomatoes and all of that, you got to wait till July.
Do you get in on the picking? Do you get in there? And
I do actually.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Do you find yourself eating some as you're picking it?
I do.
Like if I was walking around, I'm like, oh, it's fresh.
I do occasionally.
Yeah.
I'll sneak one or two.
And that's the secret. Like, see, that's how I know it's a good farm, because if they were putting a bunch of stuff on it, they wouldn't eat it right off of the vine.
That's true.
So that's how
I'm
you know.
I'm usually not too scared.
That was my trick question to see what kind of.
I probably should be more scared, but I just kind of do it anyway. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Every Thursday you guys are here.
Yes.
Flowers will be here until when again?
I would say through June.
And we'll start seeing the produce then.
We'll start like
June
every
tapers
week.
off.
We'll get a few new things, but yeah, really until it takes off, not until July.
Well, we love having you here. You're here every year, and Dotson's like one of these days I'm gonna have to visit this farm. Sounds like a
we
blast.
are open on our farm, so that's also a thing too.
Really?
Yes.
So I can just show up.
You can drive. I think it's about 45 minutes to Beecher.
Just drive to Beecher.
Yep, we're open every day except Sunday.
Pick some veggies. All right, I got plans. Thank you, Isabel.
Yep.
Sitting down here at the 9-foot homemade oak bar, Kelly from the EP Rec Department is here. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Chris, how are you?
Good. You always have the most bubbly personality. You're perfect for today. I'm exhausted. I was telling you this. Trip to Minnesota, trip back yesterday. You're my first person I'm sitting down with. The show comes out tomorrow, so we're literally recording this right before the EP podcast comes out for this week. I spent this past weekend in Minnesota for a celebration of life. That's the first time I've ever done one of those. Like, I'm more of a funeral wake kind of guy. Right. But my friend, he was my daughter's godfather. That's how close we were. Okay. My firstborns. He passed away in February. And we finally got around to the thing that they were going to have from this weekend. And we were in this really close-knit group that lives all over the country. So it was an Airbnb with a bunch of guys who were grieving the amount of bourbon that was drank.
I was just going to say, yes, 100%.
I'm so tired because like it's laughter, it's stories, it's tears, and it's like for like 3-4 days doing it. And then of course the family asked me to speak. There's recordings of it. I never want to see them, but I was told it was good. I was told it was. I went into a zone where they gave me a microphone, and about 10 minutes later there were people clapping. I was like, I don't know what I said, but it sounds like I did a good job.
100%.
Okay, and now I'm back.
You black out a little bit and just get through it, and then
I slept 12 hours last night. I was emotionally and physically drained.
Yes, like you said, the emotional part of just having to go through that, and then adding a 6.5 hour drive back and forth. That's a lot in 4 days.
And now it's the beginning of June. And
we are here summer.
It feels like one of those things I was waiting 4 months to get to, and it's over. And I woke up this morning and I told myself, summer is here. I'm opening the pool. It's time to get at it.
Yes.
And there's stuff going on that Evergreen Park is doing. And I hear there's changes to the concert series. You have news on the parade. I love the date that they have selected. I'm very excited about it.
As well.
I can't wait to get into this. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's start off with the summer concert series because I hear there's changes to it.
Yeah, we did. We kind of took, we spoke to a lot of different people in the community, and everyone was saying, hey, we love the summer concert series. Can we maybe mix it up a little bit? Get some new bands, get some more family-friendly bands.
All right, so Guar is playing at one of our parks. Metallica, maybe?
Yeah, you got it. I was like, I didn't know the first one. Metallica, yeah.
The first one is the most absurd band I could come up with.
Okay.
Somebody got it and laughed. Nobody else did. But Metallica showing up.
They're 100%.
Kiss is going to be here.
They're 100%.
You wanted the best, you got the best at Klein Park.
Well, now we
Kiss.
might not have Metallica or Kiss.
Okay.
But I guarantee the new bands that we have coming in could probably do a cover of any of theirs and knock it out of the park.
We're going to rock then this summer. Okay.
So we got the Stingrays this Sunday at Klein at 6 p.m.
They've been on the show before. They're very entertaining.
They're amazing. We've been about, I think, maybe 3 or 4 years that they've been. So we've had great success with them. They bring out a great crowd. And then Cokes and Folks was their first year with us last year. They brought out, I think, the biggest crowd that I've ever seen at one of the summer
What kind of
concerts.
music do they play?
So just covers. So they do all of the current. They'll do some country. They'll do some hip hop. They got a little bit of everything.
Go from country to hip hop.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the whole gamut across.
What day are they?
They're going to be on June 22nd.
Okay.
At Klein as well. The Neverly Brothers, which is always a huge hit. Everyone loves coming out for them. They kind of play more of the oldies and, kind of the mom and dads, and for our age, the nostalgic of
They were on the show
rides.
last summer. I remember them. Okay. Yeah,
so
we had them on the podcast.
They're wonderful. They wear the costumes. They come out. They really...
Yeah, they do a performance. That's how I remember everything.
Correct.
They come out and they're telling a story throughout the entire thing.
100%.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was a Dennis Duffy add-on. So a huge shout out to Commissioner Duffy and his amazing add-on here. So
by the way, great trivia question. We're 8 years into the EP podcast. The first member of Evergreen Park government to come on the EP podcast.
That's pretty awesome.
He was the first one to come on. I kept asking all these people to come on. They're like, who's this lunatic in his basement doing a podcast? What is he going to say? What is he going to ask? He showed up, he sat down, he had an old fashioned, I believe. I believe that was his drink. I might be wrong about it. He sat down, he did the interview. Then he looked at me and he goes, you think I can listen to that before I leave? He listened to it. He was like, don't change a thing. And he opened the floodgates.
There you go.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden we were in after
He's a
Dennis
man
Duffy.
who starts things off.
He got it going for us.
He's a leader, no doubt. So that's awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. He still is a huge part of the Evergreen Park Recreation Department. So everything, we still have a lot of stuff that he started that still continues on as
that's awesome to hear.
A huge success.
Yeah.
So yes, we're very, very we love Mr. Duffy and try and get to see him whenever we get an opportunity to. So
Neverly Brothers are what day?
That's going to be on July 20th.
July 20th.
Yep,
Okay.
at Klein. And then we have a new ad, the Juke Shakers, which is a group of local musicians from the neighborhood who started, if I'm not mistaken, started their band in high school.
All right. We got an Evergreen Park band coming.
We got an Evergreen Park band. So they are, I think, a few years older than myself. So in their, mid to late 40s. And I think they, again, across the board, just kind of a little mix of all different genres.
Okay.
Get everyone involved. So we're really excited to add them on. And then that's going to be on August 1st. And then on August 10th, we're going to have Liam Durkin Trio. I don't know if you've ever seen.
I know who Liam Durkin
Yes.
is. I've seen him play before. He's one of the bigger local acts.
That's correct.
On the South Side.
Yes.
That's a good get because he's one of those guys that bars spend money to bring Liam in because he brings people in and people will go and travel to watch him play. He's very talented.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, I think that's, he really plays to the crowd. So he's going to play whatever age group he sees out there, he's going to get things rocking and rolling and get everyone involved.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's a great get.
I agree. We're very, very excited to have Liam. And also, if I can jump back for a minute, Juke Shakers, that's going to actually be at Sexton Park.
Okay.
So in the pergola at Sexton. Liam Durkin will be August 10th at Klein. And then September 1st, the always phenomenal Rich Daniels and the City Lights Orchestra will kind of cap off the summer for Labor Day concert. We'll do the concert 5:30. I believe it's 5:30 to 7.
And then the fireworks.
And then the fireworks will be on after as soon as dusk hits.
So, I mean, to me, listening to your lineup, it sounds to me like you looked at it and you said, okay, who's bringing people?
100%.
We're bringing back those that bring people, and then who can we add that will make it even bigger?
100%. And again, and no shade to any of our previous groups that we had. We 100% have loved everything. We just wanted to shake it up a little bit and add some new vibes to see,
you gotta do that.
See if we get your families. We want families to come out. We want them to bring the kids out. And then one of the things that we're going to add is also going to hopefully be a big draw for families is we are going to have some food trucks out at the concerts this year.
So at the concerts, because I know we do the Food Truck Fest. Are they still doing that this year? I would imagine they're still doing it this year.
I don't have the. Yes, I do have the date.
Okay, well we'll save it. That's okay.
Perfect.
But in addition to that, we're going to start having food trucks out at the events.
So we're going to have Rojo Verde, which is one of the taco trucks that comes out to most of our events. They're phenomenal. Their food is out of this world, authentic Mexican. It is just absolutely delicious. They're going to be out. We're going to have Bracco's Pizza Truck out for as many events as they can make it to. Then we're going to have, which is kind of my big all-time favorite now, is Crackin' the Carriage.
Yeah.
Which is the mobile bar.
Oh, the mobile bar.
Yes. So we're so excited. She is going to put together some signature cocktails and mocktails.
Are some going to be actual cocktails? Or we're going to be partying out the park?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
We'll have, yep. So,
you see, I think people always wonder about that. Like, can I go bring a cooler to these things?
And you can, of course.
Yeah, I mean, like some people are like, all right, it's great, I'm bringing a family, but like, do I get to throw a few cans of brew in there and go up there? Okay.
And if you want to bring a few, cooler, but then we kind of thought we'll bring in, Sarah, who has done just an absolutely amazing job with Crackin' the Carriage. She started off with a horse trailer.
Yeah, I know.
That they converted into this amazing mobile bar.
I'll tell you honestly, I think when she reached out the first time, she wanted to talk about it on the show. I was like, this is interesting, but I mean, like, how often can you use your mobile bar? And she's everywhere.
Everywhere.
And she was 100% right to do it. It's a really cool idea. And I'm sure there are other people going, I should have thought of this.
Exactly. And she is just such a go-getter.
Yeah.
She literally makes sure that she's everywhere, that she's working hard. And then the product that she brings is phenomenal. So that, of course, makes it even better. So her drinks are just out of this world. She comes up with signature drinks for each of the different festivals and things that she does. I haven't gotten a preview yet of what she's going to do for the concerts. I'm sure she'll probably change it up weekly for the different concerts, but she's phenomenal. So we're so excited to add her. And then we have both Rainbow Cone and I'm not even going to try and demolish the name. It's the
La Michoacano di Danielle.
Thank you. Look at you.
They've been on the show
right
before.
Out. Okay.
La Michoacano. I think it's Michoacano. I think La Michoacano di Danielle.
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
he's up the street.
So we're going to have those two ice cream trucks. They're going to kind of split up the time and bring out some sweet treats for the kiddos.
All right. I mean, I sound confident when I say it. I'm sure I'm wrong.
You hit it out of the park in my version. I didn't even want to attempt it.
So to summarize, you've tightened up the band schedule.
Correct.
You've added some big names.
Yes.
You've added food. You've added a mobile bar. You've added the treats for the kids. You basically have made all the summer concert series, instead of a band is playing Just Bring Up Your Lawn Chair, as it's almost like a little festival every time you're doing it.
Exactly.
We're partying this summer in
That is the goal,
Evergreen Park.
100%. We are trying our best to make everything we do bigger, better, and get more of our community out to enjoy these things together.
And a complete list, where do they get that at if they want to look it up?
That'll be on the Village website and on the Recreation Department website. And we'll also have it on the Evergreen Park Recreation Department Facebook page as well.
Very cool. All right, we mentioned fireworks as part of the thing on Labor Day. There's fireworks on the 4th of July, but we're not having the parade on the 4th of July weekend, which I know some people are going to sit there and say, well, why not? Like, why? It's a Friday. Friday's the 3rd, right? And then, like, why not do it that day or whatever day we're going to?
Yeah, Thursday the 3rd would have originally been.
Thursday the 3rd would have been the day or something like that. And instead, it's going to be the week before.
Right.
What's the date again now? June?
It's going to be Friday, June 27th.
Yeah, while we were talking, I'm trying to reach for my phone.
That's okay.
I had it in there, and I just didn't get it out quick enough. All right, so it's going to be on June 27th.
And in my, thoughts on this, could not be a better day. You can kick off the 4th of July. You're celebrating the weekend before. You've got the whole following week and weekend to celebrate. I think it's a great way to start off Independence Day week and really get out and enjoy. And it won't interfere with travel plans.
Well, that's the thing. I think that, like, it's always an interesting question. I think there are people that not everybody is traveling on the holidays, right? Like, they do their holiday right here in their neighborhood, right? And so they're like, well, why not? Why don't we do it on that one? But I think you get the bigger crowd when you know everybody's going to be in town.
Right.
100%. I mean, like my family, they have a tradition where they go somewhere every 4th of July. So, like, when I was sitting there, I was like, okay, I promised so many people I'm going to be at this parade. I really hope the date makes sense.
Right.
Because then I'm going to have to try to figure out what I'm going to do. And so to me, I was super excited about it because we have annual traditional family plans that normally
100%.
happen on that weekend. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
And I think, too, there are so many other communities that are also doing their events, starting whether it's July 2nd through the 4th. There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
This is just kind of the beginning, the big kickoff for us for Evergreen Park. We, put out our best foot that day. Everyone gets to come, enjoy, and then you can move on to the next celebrations, around the neighborhoods.
I'm on a cool float this year.
What are you on?
Well, I ended up I'm going to be on the fire truck again that the First National Bank of Evergreen Park has.
Perfect.
But it's a double-decker one, so there's seating up there. And they're including, from what I understand, the record shop on 95th there. So we'll be playing music. We're going to be spinning records, going on the street in the fire truck. We're going to be a lively group going down the parade.
That's the whole point of the parade.
Our float's going to be a little lively. Okay,
I love it.
We're going to be making some noise and having a party on that one. Okay,
that's awesome.
I mean, I'm thinking about picking out a special outfit for it, but I'm going to have some fun with this one. But we'll be in the parade.
I heard, if I'm not mistaken, Dennis Duffy Jr. is excellent at helping with 4th of July outfits and Independence Day. So maybe reach out to him and see if he's got someone.
Yeah, well, Junior and I know each other from back in high school.
I know
so,
you
do. All right, so we got the parade on the 27th. We got the summer concert series. I'm excited about that. Is there anything else before we wrap up?
Yeah, just real quick. You had just kind of led into this year we are going to be doing, along with our parade, we're going to be doing Battle of the Businesses on 95th. So we're going to be taking some of the summer interns that are going to be working for Mayor Burke are going to be going business to business over the next week or so and looking and asking our businesses to get involved in our parade. Come out, whether you're going to grab a pickup truck, a flatbed, a golf cart, whatever it is, and decorate it to the theme of your business. The winner that comes out and brings the biggest and the best is going to then win, which will be with you, an EP podcast spot.
Okay.
So they're going to win that. They're also going to get a social media spot on the Village webpage and on the Village marquee.
Yeah, that EP podcast thing is you come in here and you get to sit down 15 minutes while I go to your business, get a feature on the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great way to get your name.
It's a solid spot.
Absolutely. Get your name out there and seen by all of the people in Evergreen Park and all the people that travel through Evergreen Park. So again, their interns are going to be out this week, going door to door with the businesses and reaching out and saying, hey, we really want to get as many of our local businesses involved in our parades and our festivals, so that people know what we have here in Evergreen Park to offer.
Very, very cool. It's going to be a fun summer. Is there anything else? Is there anything we missed?
No, we got some upcoming highlights on a few programs.
Run them down real quick before you get out of here.
So we're going to do a Infant and Tot class, Infant and Me class that, they've been asking for. The people of Evergreen Park of saying, we need some of these younger classes. So please take a look out at our new book, which will be coming out later this week.
Okay.
And look at those new classes. And then we also have a really cool forest therapy class. So it's going to be walking through Sexton Park with someone leading you like on a meditation journey. So we're really excited about that.
Look at the tree. Calm yourself.
Exactly. What do you feel?
Watch the leaves move with the breeze.
And then we're going to bring in some wrestling classes.
I'm sorry, wrestling classes?
Wrestling, yes.
What kind of wrestling?
It's going to be it's called Catch. I'm going to be destroying this. I believe it's Catch and Elbow. It's an Irish tradition of wrestling. So they're going to be bringing in, this is a group from Crestwood, and the gentleman is like a 3-time world wrestling champion. So it's not going to be like WWE. It's going to be...
There won't be any people's elbows, is what you're telling me.
Correct.
Okay.
So, but they're going to teach the kids how to wrestle properly, safely. And so it's really excited.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so some new things, some different things.
You guys are doing a lot. I know you have the book in front of you on the bar, but I know it's also digital online.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
And we will, like I said, we have our summer book out currently. We're in the midst of doing a supplement for like the midsummer, so that will be out later this week.
Very, very cool. Kelly comes in here and she's got oodles of stuff. The parade again on the 27th. The entire summer concert series is going to be not just bands playing, but basically food trucks and the mobile bar and the ice cream, 2 ice cream places for crying out loud. I mean, it's going to be packed wherever they're at. It seems like most of them at Klein Park, some of them at Sexton.
2 at Sexton.
2 of them at Sexton, but check the schedule online. I would imagine evergreenpark-ill.com.
That's correct.
There you go. All right, Kelly, thanks so much.
Thank you for having us, Chris. We appreciate it.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things that Country Financial stands for. They're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through Evergreen Park. They're neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of your community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. And since Country is already your neighbor, they want to get together and chat. Call your local Country Financial representative, Mike Thauer, today at 708-425-1559 to talk about the things that are important to you and how he can help you protect them. It is now time for your EP podcast, Word on the Street, brought to you by Spoken Vine Wine Bar and Bottle Shop, northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie. We just did a segment on the last episode with Frank Murray of the Evergreen Park Library and tried out some great food and some wine. The video for that up later on this week, a little delayed because of that trip I had to take. But get over to Spoken Vine. I love the wines. I love the small plates. The underrated one you have to try if you haven't yet, the chicken pita plate. I mean, they load up the pita with all the good stuff on the chicken pita plate, and pretty much every wine goes with it, or at least I believe that. See more at SpokenVineWines.com. The community garage sale days are upon us. It's this weekend, June 7th and June 8th. You can go out there without a permit and have a garage sale with the rest of your neighbors from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m., but you must register, and registration is going to close quickly. This episode comes out on the 3rd, and registration ends on June 4th. Thursday, June 5th, the list of all the participating households will be up, so you can go out this weekend and find your treasures. Also, starting on Sunday morning, June the 8th, and going on for the next month or so, most Sundays at 11 a.m., they're doing Read at the Barn. Fiction and nonfiction books shared for kids pre-K to 3rd grade. Plus, the horses will be out on June 8th, the chickens for the kids on June 22nd, and the goats on the 29th of June. And don't forget about summer reading over at the Evergreen Park Public Library. Get all the details, get involved, evergreenparklibrary.org. We're going to finish up this episode back at the Farmers Market. Remember, if you have not done so yet, subscribe to the EP Podcast anywhere podcasts can be found, on any app, and always at theeppodcast.com. Evergreen Park Farmers Market, a repeat guest at the Farmers Market, but it's because I enjoyed the hummus so much last time, Nyla.
So glad.
How are you?
I am so well.
And you know, it's so funny because she looked at me funny when I told her that I did a podcast last time. Now I find out she listens to the show.
Yeah.
And you're back at the Farmers Market this
Absolutely.
year. We got Homegirls Hummus, and first off, I have to understand what this means. World's Best Gourmet Tahini-free hummus.
Absolutely.
What is tahini-free
So
mean?
tahini is sesame paste, of course, and a lot of people know that it's typically found in hummus, traditional hummus. Well, you look at me, nothing I do is traditional.
No.
And so we take...
You have earrings with your caricature hanging from your ears.
Absolutely.
Yes.
People love the logo. But we've got to know that tahini is one of the big 9 allergens. So a lot of people have digestive issues. They don't know what it is or why their body's responding to certain things that way. Come to find out, tahini is a big 9 allergen. Now for me, selfishly, I did not like the tahini flavor in hummus when I started developing my recipes. To me, it tasted better without the tahini. And so I started making it that way. Cut forward, started taking some classes and finding out that tahini is an allergen. I'm like, well, this is great. It tastes better, and it's better for a lot of people who can't have traditional hummus.
Okay. And so what do you suggest putting your hummus on? Because some people like pita.
Yeah.
Some people like chips.
Yeah.
You seem to have some sort of combination here. I'm trying to look at these bags.
Chips.
They look like tortilla chips, but they're thick. I mean, they're closer
delicious,
to a pita.
And they're really easy to eat. They're not super hard, but my favorite way to have hummus, warm pita bread. Drizzle olive oil on it, put the oven on 350, put it in the oven for like 8 minutes, take it out, warm pita bread right into the cold hummus. It is the best and most satisfying experience in the world to me.
Yeah.
I love it that way. If you don't want to do the gluten thing and you want to be healthier, you can always do cucumber. Cucumber doesn't have a heavy taste, so you'll taste mostly hummus. You can do carrots if you like to taste the carrots. You can do celery. That's always nice as well. So you got options.
Yeah, the thing is, I noticed some people just like the base hummus.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the flavors.
Yes.
You, I would imagine, do a lot of different flavors.
I do.
What's your wildest one that you do?
So our newest flavor is our spicy dill pickle.
Okay.
And it has gotten a really great reception in this neighborhood and in Logan Square. Honestly, in Uptown, people are falling in love with it. But our number one seller is Chicago style. No matter where I go, whether I'm in Chicago or in another state.
What is that? It's filled with jardinera?
It is a roasted garlic hummus.
Okay.
At the base, which is really good in itself, and then the jardinera on top.
I knew there was jardinera in it.
Absolutely.
The moment you said it, I was like,
Look at
what
it.
is it, filled with jardinera? And that's
Absolutely.
exactly
It's like having an Italian beef without the guilt. That's what I always say.
That's amazing. Are you doing samples of that?
Absolutely.
I want to try one
Come
of those. That's
on.
hysterical.
And just so you know, it's already sold out for the day, and we got like about
So
2
you're going to make
hours
me
left.
fall in love with it, and then I'm going to have to come back.
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is jardinera and hummus. I've never done this before.
So good.
Is it spicy?
No.
Oh, a little bit of a kick.
Everybody can't handle the kick.
A little bit, but I like spicy food.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Now you gotta try the new flavor. It's called
Wow.
Fried Pickle.
Now I know why you're sold out of it already.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is the dill pickle?
It's called Quite a Pickle. It's a spicy dill pickle hummus. Has fresh dill in there, and pickles are actually in the
Oh, the kick comes later on that one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's good though.
Thank
Oh, that's
you.
really tasty. Wow. How did you get into this?
So I was going to Milwaukee with a friend, and we would always go to the Central Market and get hummus from this place. It was a green hummus. It was pretty good. So one night I'm at home craving hummus, wasn't driving to Milwaukee, and I decided, I'm a smart girl, I can figure this out.
Right.
So I started mixing up all these different variations of green hummus, until I settled on my spinach jalapeno, which actually tasted better than the hummus that I was craving.
I had that last year. That was good.
Yeah, thank you. And so I'm like, you know what? This is fun. Maybe one day I'll start a company called Homegirls Hummus because I'm everybody's best friend. Now, cut forward, this is my total career. I started this company in 2016 when I was living in California, but I have done this full time since 2021.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
First of all, it's really good. I would tell anybody, get out to the Evergreen Park Farmers Market every Thursday, but, get your hummus here. Because
Yes.
this is some solid stuff.
And get here early because we sell out early.
Yeah. Well, you got to bring more.
I do,
You got to
right?
anticipate the crowds here
Absolutely.
at the EP Farmers Market.
And I love this market. It's so good. Close to home, really, really nice.
That's awesome. Well, Nyla, thank you very much. On the social media, I see at Homegirls Hummus.
Everywhere.
So you can follow her. Somebody with this personality with the earrings, with her caricature hanging off her ears, who comes up with Jardiniere hummus. She probably has a pretty good social media page as well.
I do. We talk about everything and nothing. It's a good time over there.
That's awesome.
Instagram is where we live.
That's awesome. Get out here to the Farmers Market. Check it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.